Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to aim better inside of Call of Duty Mobile. So basically that's going to include how to warm up for games, how to get your aim basically ready so that when you're hopping into a ranked match or a scrim or a tournament, you're set to go. Now these are the same warm-ups that I use before every time I record a video, so I can tell you right now that they are very effective. And also, we're going to be taking a look at some methods in which you can practice in ranked and pubs and that type of stuff, so that, in a couple days, when you come back and you readjust, then you'll find your aim to be miraculously better. And I can tell you guys that this has definitely worked for me and will definitely work for you as well. So at the very end, we're going to be taking a look at my personal favorite HUD, and I'm going to be showing you guys, which fingers I use for which different controls and how I use it. And finally, we're going to be taking a look at my personal favorite sensitivity. And yeah, just before we get into the video, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure to go ahead and check out my Discord server. I'll be linking that in the pinned comment down below, along with the 20,000 subscriber montage that is super well edited, and that will be in the pinned comment down below as well. Make sure to check that out, because trust me, you will not regret it. But yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, so the very first warm-up we're going to be doing is with a Fennec. And the Fennec, as you guys can see on screen right now, I have the Pro loadout for the Fennec. And that means that it has quite a lot of recoil. So basically, this warm-up is just to help you with your centering. So when you're not scoped in, helps you to center your crosshair onto the opponent. And also it helps you to adjust to recoil control, so that once you use a different gun later on which has less recoil than the Fennec, then you'll be able to control the recoil perfectly. And I kind of just do this around for a little bit. I just make sure that my crosshair is completely centered, and then after a while I go into scoping in. So later on you'll see me after I reload. So over here I'm doing the scope in. So this is basically testing your flicks and all that type of stuff, and just practicing with the scope in sensitivity, which is a different sensitivity obviously to the crosshair placement centering sensitivity. If you want to learn more about centering and how you can improve that, make sure to go ahead and check out my sniping guide. I will be linking that in the pinned comment down below as well. But yeah, as you guys can see, you just do this with a high recoil gun, and eventually you'll be able to get your aim much more on point. Over here we've got a chopper. This has just got a lot of ammo, and I'm basically just standing still and just flicking to all the targets, just practicing my flicking so that I can lock onto opponents as good as possible. As you can see, we're just flicking, and here we're practicing our centering. So you just want to quick scope as fast as possible, and this is basically just going to help with your centering. Now, keep in mind that in training ground, there is no aim assist. So everything that you do is without aim assist, and that means that your aim will not be as good. So once you get out of training mode, then your aim will be even better. Now, another tip is that when you're playing ranked games and that type of stuff, if you don't particularly care too much about losing rank points and that type of stuff, and you really just want to improve your skill inside of this game, I highly recommend you guys to turn off aim assist inside of ranked and just see how you play, if you still hit your shots and all that type of stuff, because I can guarantee you guys that aim assist does play a very large part in your aim, especially in mobile games. And once you take it off, then it's going to be pretty hard to adjust. So once you adjust properly and then you switch back to playing with aim assist, your aim will be an absolute laser. So as you guys can see right now, my aim isn't fully on point just because I've got it off, but once I turn it back on later in the day, it's just gonna be insane, trust me. I always use this technique always before I go for a scrim or a tournament or something along those lines. As you can see, just jamming around with a gun like the AK-117. Just without aim assist, that is definitely something that you want to do. And also, if you want to aim better, for example, with certain guns, then I would recommend you to practice with those guns a lot more. So for example, if you're looking to main a gun, for example the AK-117 like I have here right now, you want to play as many matches as possible with this gun, and you also want to learn the recoil patterns for this gun. So if you go into training mode and you just don't control the recoil, shoot at the wall and see where the bullet trail goes. So for example, for a gun like I think the QQ9, I think that goes vertically up, and then at the very end it turns to the left. So basically what that would tell you is to pull down, and then at the very end pull over to the right. So that's the type of stuff that you know, advanced players do inside this game. They take a look at recoil patterns, they see how to control them effectively, and they also make sure that they get extremely used to the gun they're using, make sure that they feel really comfortable, adjust to the play style, and yeah, pick their favorite iron sight. So for me, iron sights are also a very, very finicky thing. I always love to have the best iron sights because I believe that bad iron sights can marginally hinder your performance inside of this game. So you got to find a comfortable iron sight that is easier to see and recognize, you know, for you. And once you find the iron sight, your aim will improve a lot more. So that's just a little tip that you can use. And I feel like most meta guns, especially like QQ9 stuff, there's so many different variants of QQ9 iron sights, and all of them are really, really good. So I feel like for most guns, you won't really have any trouble finding a good iron sight. Another thing is just, I know it seems simple, but it's just playing this game like a lot. The best way out of every single way to improve your aim is just to keep playing the game. I don't really know how to explain it. The more you play, the more you get into that flow state, the more you practice your finger flicks, the more you practice your centering, the more you practice everything inside of this game. And that's just the easiest way to get better. Just work hard, work effectively with the tips that I gave you before, and I can promise you guys that your aim will get much, much better. With all of that aside, I think we should just go ahead and hop into my settings and also my HUD layout. Alright, so just for a heads up, everyone has their own different sensitivities. I know when you switch devices, sensitivities can also change depending on feel. So just adjust these to your own personal feel, but don't really worry about the 3x 4x, you know, tactical scopes, because I don't use them at all, and I also don't use gyroscope either, so don't worry about that. But basically what you want to do is keep your firing sensitivity the same as your standard sensitivity, and you also want to make sure that your hip fire sensitivity is lower than your ADS sensitivity, which should be much higher, so that you can, when you're scoped in, you can start flicking with your scope and all that type of stuff. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say about settings. Just kind of copy these down and just play a couple games, see how you feel, adjust them according to how you feel, because I can assure you that having a good sensitivity that fits for you is going to improve your aim a lot, like a lot. If you look at all the pros inside of the game, they've already found their perfect sensitivity that suits their fingers and their playstyle perfectly. So that's how they have such good aim. If you can find a sensitivity that is directly tailored for you based off, you know, for example, mine, then you just adjust it to your own, then trust me, your aim will improve a lot more. Alright, so if we just take a look at my you know, HUD and that type of stuff, so just for these settings, I've got basically everything on hipfire, because I'm a hipfire user and my HUD allows me to be a hipfire user. So basically, take a look at my HUD. Top left, I have my aim button, and I've also got my crouch button, which I also use as my slide button. Basically, I'm going to be using my left index finger to control both of those buttons. Over here on the bottom left corner, we have the joystick. Obviously, you're going to use that to move around. We've got the scoreboard at the center, and I've got the map sort of left center. I've got all the guns that I can switch with, just basically in the center as well. Got my operator up here, emotes here. You can if you can use emotes in like a tactical advantage, so you can see third person. Sometimes you do it in scrims, and it's pretty helpful. Over here, I've got my firing button. That's with my right index finger. Here, I've got my jumping button, which is I use with my right middle finger. So this is a 5-finger claw. and that's just what I prefer. Over here we've got a reloading button in the bottom right corner. I don't think any other buttons are too important. We've got all the score streaks down here, and then obviously we've got the gun as well, but I don't really want to touch the gun that's down there because it's gonna change my HUD. I can't be bothered. Oh, alright, nope, there we go, we got it. Okay, there we go. So yep, so that's the gun, and we've got the grenade there, and I basically use my right thumb to touch all of those, and I use my right thumb to touch the UAV, counter UAV, and all the other score streaks. And yeah, that's basically just my HUD. I explained to you what fingers I use to do what, and yeah, I think it's really effective. You can use hipfire with this HUD. You don't have to use ADS, which I think is a definite plus, but you can still use ADS if you want, if that's what you prefer. But I'm just saying this HUD gives you the options of using whatever you want. But yeah, that's basically my HUD. You definitely want to adjust this to whatever feels comfortable on your device, whatever feels comfortable for your fingers. But if you're currently a thumbs player, I would definitely recommend you to switch to claw, because that will improve your aim and also your movement a lot more. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it useful. Let me know if I missed anything, and I'll see if I can include it in the comment section. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.